Yeah, he's a huge loss, but won't be long until he's back as well.
5 fun Irish facts on Triple M.
St. Paddy's on Sunday, so I thought I'd give you 5 fun Irish facts.
Oh, good.
From the O'Callaghan's?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, we'll start with that there, Ditz. A lot of Irish names have Mac or O at the beginning with an apostrophe, and that's because way back there weren't that many people in Ireland, so much so that you only needed one name. You didn't need to have 2 names to differentiate yourself.
Okay.
So what ended up happening was all those people had kids, and they went, what are we going to do? Yeah. And they said, we'll add an O for grandson, so that's of the Callaghan's. Yeah. And Mac means son. Son of. So son of is Mac. So if you meet a McDonough or a McDonald's or whatever, that's because it was the son. And O means it was of the. So my original ancestor was just called Callaghan, and then I'm one of the grandkids of that person.
Nice.
There you go. The Guinness lease was signed in 1759 for the property. 9,000-year lease.
9,000.
9,000 years.
That's a good
they
deal.
got that, the Guinness family.
We'll
so
see most people out.
Should be able to get your money back over that time.
Only 10% of Irish people have red hair.
10%.
10%. It's
What is it in Australia? Would be more than that. Less than that.
Less than that. But I think there's a pervasive myth that all
that's high,
Irish
isn't
people.
1 in 10. There wouldn't be 1 in 10 in Australia, would there?
No,
Don't think so.
But don't you think that there's
20 or
like
30?
people think all Irish are sort of ginger, like, you know?
Oh, okay.
You do
I'd
automatically
make that
think that,
connection.
don't you?
Ireland are the biggest exporters of human beings in the world. They have 6 million people on their soil and 80 million Irish people living outside of Ireland.
Really?
That's
a big
big
number.
breeders, or
Oh,
or they just want to get out of there?
Well, it's a small country, big breeders, and they have had lots of issues with famine and all sorts of stuff over the years. So people left at rapid rates. So 80 million, I'm one of them. Irish dancing. You know when you see the river dance, you say, I did it when I was a kid.
Michael Flatley.
That's right. Not a lot of arm movement. In fact, when Michael Flatley came out, I remember there were huge shockwaves in the Irish dancing community. There were lots of people in my Irish dancing club that weren't allowed to watch his Lord of the Dance because he used his arms.
Oh.
It's very traditional to keep your arms stiff
It
to the
is.
point where I used to have to hold coins in my hands to keep my hands at my sides.
Right.
And if you dropped them, you lost the coin. You didn't
Okay.
get to keep it.
Right.
So the reason why they do that, there's 2 theories. One is that the Catholic Church thought it was flirtatious to use your arms.
Yeah.
The other one, it was that they had to hide from the English that they were enjoying themselves because the English came in and sort of were watching
Don't
them.
have fun.
So through the windows, they used to check in on them, and if they were kept their arms still, they could jig around the room and have fun without looking like they were dancing.
Okay.
Wow.
And Halloween originated in Ireland. So it's called Samhain, and it was in the middle of the autumnal equinox, and it was thought to be when the veil to the afterworld or the afterlife was at its thinnest, and they would do a ceremony to ward off all dark spirits from re-entering into the realm. It was on the 1st of November, and it took off and ended up becoming an international festival.
There you go.
There you go.
Good on you, Loz.
Remember that next year when the kids are coming around and trick-and-treating and you're not there with any lollies, Ditch?
Yeah. Yep.
Just remember
Okay, I
who
will try.
started it.
That's
Okay.
right,
The
to be
Irish.
sure.
I've just Googled between 1% and 2% of the world's population redhead.
There you go.
So not many.
Yeah. So I had one of those moments the other day when I realised I'm becoming my mother.
Oh, what
I
did
think
you
it
do?
happens to the best of us. But I was in traffic, and my mum, she's a very reactive person in the car. In that it doesn't take much to get her slightly road ragey. I think that's the sort of
Road rage.
Slightly road rage.
just a little bit road rage. She would never do anything about it, but she's got some stern words for people.
Right.
And when we were in the car with her when we were kids, we used to always go, "Oh, Mum, just relax, calm down." Because whenever we were in traffic and anyone beeped anywhere, I mean, it could have been off in the distance, she would immediately assume it was about her. And she would say, so there'd be a distant beep, and she'd go, she's Canadian, my mum, "Who are you beeping at, Turkey? I didn't do anything."
Strong language.
Yeah, Turkey was a big one.
Yeah.
And we go, "Mum, stop it. They're not even beeping at you. It's not even about you." She go, I think it was the guy behind me. He's beeping. He's tooting." Anyway.
Was she aware of, or did you just think it was always her?
I don't know. I think when you're in the car and you hear a big beep, it's almost natural to assume, what is it about?
Yeah. What did I do?
Anyway, we were sitting there just chastising her. The other day I was in traffic. Somebody beeped near me, And I just went, who are you beeping at? It's red. I can't go yet. And then I went, oh, he was beeping at someone else. It had nothing to do with me. And I went, oh, my God, I'm becoming Kath. And it's not just that. It's a lot of things, you know. It's the fact that I'm currently drafting an email to the local council about the leaves in my front yard.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just becoming an old person. Like, it's just happening to me. Yeah.
Ditch, you would have felt it.
A couple of times, yeah. Isn't it funny? As you are saying things, you think, oh, boy, can this reverse and just come back into my mouth here as I'm saying this to my kids? There's no doubt about that. We've all had those moments.
I've just written down a few things, I say. Like Sophie's driving now. She's 17. Be careful, don't speed. I just say that all the time.
Yeah.
Every time I see her go out, be careful, don't speed.
Yeah.
To the kids, use your manners, be respectful.
Yeah.
Don't do anything stupid.
Yeah.
They're just exact lines that if you go back, that my old man would have said to me 1,000 times every time I left Wakery to drive to Adelaide. Don't speed. Don't have to be in a rush. Yeah, he'd do 160. Oh, God.
I think even just wandering around the house now, turning off lights and making sure the air conditioner's not on high and who left that window open? And like, there's bloody flies getting in here. And I just go, oh, my God, I've become them.
When did you realise you're becoming just like your parents?
I know. You know what? Another thing I realise I do is that I explain recipes in their full thing to people. I'll go, all you have to do is chop up a bit of onion, chop a bit of garlic, put it in the pan, then you turn the oven on, and the person just their eyes glaze over. Yeah. But I can't stop. I
just thought during the break, I might have, when I was like sort of turning into my old man, like when I was a kid, I had a game of junior footy stopped once in the Parklands because my father sort of had got asked to leave, if you know what I mean. That's the short version of the story.
Right.
And then I just thought it kind of might have happened to me as well.
It definitely didn't happen just once.
Well,
you've told me several times.
Yeah, you got to give a bit of advice here and there,
you didn't stop a junior footy game. Which son?
Nah.
Both.
All of them.
Oh, no.
And everyone else's. Let's go to Royal Park. G'day, Cassidy. You're the first Cassidy we've ever had on Triple M. Congratulations.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you meet many Cassidys?
No, I've never met one before.
No. Great
You're
name.
very
Beautiful
lucky.
name, yeah.
Where did it come from? Why did your parents call you Cassidy?
My understanding is it's an Irish fairy tale, but my mum is Sri Lankan and my dad is German, so I have no idea how
Gee, there's the United Nations right there.
Yeah, that's right.
In one house.
Anyway, tell us
An
about when
Irish
you
name
turned
from
into
a
your
Sri Lankan
parents.
and a German.
Yeah, I love it.
So I watched Shark Tank and they have the Scrub Daddy. I bought it from Woolies when it was on special and now I can't stop telling my friends about it.
Yeah. Yeah, telling people about cleaning products, that's a huge one. Oh, you've got to get it. The stains just disappear. Yeah, thanks, Cassidy. That's great. We're talking, when did you know you were turning into your parents? I've just become my parents into one sort of morphed mum and dad being. It's awful. I mean, it's great. I love them, but it's not necessarily the good bits. It's the bits
Just
where
doesn't need to happen yet.
Yeah, it's the bit where you're complaining about flies getting in the house and you start recommending dish detergents to people and stuff like that. All right, who have we got on the line there?
We got Glenn from Newton. G'day, Glenn. When did you realise you were turning into your parents?
Morning. A long time ago, I realised I was becoming my dad because when my kids were living at home, they've got their own houses now, but when they were living at home, well, you kids close the bloody door when the air conditioning's on.
Yes.
That's right. I've heard that one a few times for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Do not mess with Dad's thermostat. Yeah.
Let's go to Coromandel East. G'day, Shelley. When did you realise you were turning into your parents?
Oh, God. When I started saying, I don't care who started it, I finished it.
Yeah.
That's a good one, isn't it?
That's great.
Yeah.
That's a classic
How strong do you
one.
feel?
Fighting kids.
Yeah, I love that.
Let's go to Tanunda. G'day, Darren. When did you realise you were turning into your parents?
Yeah, g'day, morning. How are we all going?
Yeah, good.
My personal favourite is I'm not your personal butler.
Yes, that's right. And the other one was always, this isn't a bloody hotel, you know?
Yeah, or a taxi service.
Yeah,
if you lived up in the hills, I'm not a taxi. Well, you moved us up here and then we made friends down there, so come on.
All right,
Beep, beep.
Neil at Wasley's, what was yours?
When everything in the house gets labelled, if you stand still too long, you get labelled yourself as well.
What's the weirdest thing you've put a label on?
I've actually copied my mum doing frying pans.
Frying pans? Come on, Neil.
What do you mean you've called it a frying pan or you've said what it's best for using?
It's what it's best for. We discovered recently my mum had 13 frying pans.
Oh, my God.
And everyone had a label. There was eggs and pancakes and bacon. You name it, it had a label.
I reckon that's 11 too many, Neil. Let's go to Golden Grove, Adrian. When did you realise you were turning into your parents?
Good morning, Roo, Dits and Loz. How are we?
Yeah, very
Fantastic.
good.
My mum used to recycle the Christmas paper, and we always got told you can't rip it and stuff, so she could recycle for the next year. And I've started becoming that myself. And but hey, look, I don't recycle the labels though.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see the Christmas paper, but the best fun for the kid is
Rip
it apart.
Rip it as hard. Let's get to the top 4.
The top 5 things we've learnt on Roo, Dits and Loz this week. Top 4, short week.
Sam.
We were talking about horror camping stories,
Tell us your horror camping story.
and we learnt you never know when Kim Dillon's going to pop up.
We were heading to Corny Point and had the trailer with the cage on the back. I had it all fully loaded up, and I turned off onto Corny Point Road, and I looked in the rear vision mirror and I thought, where's the cage gone? And I just look in the side mirror and I see it hitting the road, bouncing, rolling into a farmer's paddock. There's stuff everywhere. And good old Tim Dillon stopped to help us pick up all that shit off the side of the road.
Dillon. He's everywhere.
He is everywhere.
Thank you for joining us. Kimbo on the Reach with you for the next 2 hours, live from Studio Lumo SA. Thanks to our good friends at...
Kim's just popped up on our radio show.
Hey, Kimmy.
Number 3. Last Friday was International Women's Day. And Loz finally got her own show.
It's the Laura O'Callaghan Show.
International Women's Day. Loz is the boss today. Dressed like a CEO.
I am.
And what did she want to talk about? The gender pay gap? Modern feminism? Nope.
We want to talk about smutty books.
So on International Women's Day, the first thing you want to talk about is smart.
Yeah.
We learnt about spicy books.
Books have gotten very descriptive.
Saucy.
Very saucy. But I think people don't realise that women on the bus and women at the beach and women in the park are reading essentially porn.
Right. Okay.
I had to put one down because I was at the beach and there were children around. I was reading this book and it just got hectic. And I said, I can't.
Oh, you're making noises and stuff.
No. It was before it got to that, but I felt inappropriate.
Well, the kids know about.
Yeah, but you just feel wrong about it.
You feel dirty.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God, I need to be alone.
You are reading porn, effectively.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Put the book down.
Time to put the book away.
When you hear this sound, turn the page.
Let's turn the page and move to number 2. From hot and spicy books to hot takes.
It's your unpopular opinion. That's what the hot take is.
We learnt the hot takes got hot and sweaty.
My hot take is that there's a large group of people who have a problem with a word. They say, ooh, don't say that word. It makes me uncomfortable.
Moist.
That's the word I'm talking about, Rupert. Moist is fine. You'll say, oh, this cake's nice and moist, and then someone in the group always has to go, don't say that word. Ooh. Get over it.
Hello, Kelly. What's your hot take?
Oh, I just want to agree with Loz about the word moist. And I've got a daughter that hates that word. The more she cringes, the more I say it.
Loving that. I'm moist at the thought of that.
It'll be like, oh, please. You said you were talking about moist cakes.
I am. I'm sweating. That's what I mean. I'm sweating in excitement.
Very humid.
I was just looking at the humidity because I was noticing how moist the air was.
Right. Okay. It's damp in here.
Number 1. This week, the rush hour with Bernie, Bluey and Jars got locked in a caravan, Big Brother style.
Beautiful camper van inside a steel fence, and there's 3 jail. Yeah, they've got the orange tracksuits on, look like something out of an American jail movie.
And Mark Rasciuto was Big Brother.
Hello, rush hour. This is Big Roo.
We learnt he somehow turned into a robot.
We have 1 coffee for 3 people. That doesn't work out too well for 2.
Just kidding, Roo. Anyway, we played a game with the boys. It's time for compliments for a coffee.
You have 30 seconds to compliment Andrew Newton-Jarman and White Teeth Blewett.
Charles, you got a beautiful head. Like, I like the shape of your
Please
head.
don't lie.
I really like your...
Time's up, Annie. Blewett. You have 30 seconds to compliment the sugar daddy, and Bernie.
Andrew Newton-Jarman does not have fluid retention issues. He's very literate and the best at live reads I've ever heard. Bernie is just the most humble guy I've ever known.
Andrew Newton-Jarman, your time starts now.
Ben, I've seen you grow and develop into a beautiful soul.
He's not genuine.
The people of Adelaide. You've left my boob and moved on to bigger and better things.
Keep it clean. Time, Scott, time.
There could only be one winner.
Greg blew it.
Greg blew it.
White teeth blew it.
I'll have a double shot latte, no sugar, please.
Okay.
Thanks, Big Room.
One instant Nescafe.
The next challenge was a quiz to win breakfast.
Which former Crow missed a crucial set shot goal in the 93 AFL? Question 2. Which former Australian cricketer has the lowest test average for an Australian top order bat ever in Asia?
Have to be Bluey.
Even Richie Benaud's higher than his. Question 3. Which former Crow got caught with his pants around his ankles at the Stansbury pub?
That'd be allegedly me.
You boys can enjoy breakfast.
Enjoy your brekkie, boys. I hope the scrambled eggs are
Moist.
Good work.
It was good fun down there yesterday.
Was
wasn't
great.
it?
Great afternoon of radio with those boys in 24 hours. Great idea, great concept, well executed, a lot of fun.
I went and did a tour around the Marion Holiday Park, and the apartments are insane.
Yeah,
It's
beautiful.
like you're in Bali.
Really?
I'm not even just saying that.
Yeah.
Roo, I've got
How
a video
big
I'm
are
going to
they?
show you. Big enough for your family. That's how big.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That camper trailer.
Brilliant.
What's that worth second hand?
Well, they're going to have to get an exorcist in.
Gee.
Oh, don't put a blue light on in there.
The top 5 of the week, all thanks to Peter Kittle. Test drive the all-new, all-electric Toyota BZ4X at Peter Kittle Toyota. It's Rude, it's Alonso, Triple M.
celebrities,
Got a bit of celebrity news for you.
influencers.
Instagram, Triple M Adelaide page, whatever that means.
He's got his ear to the ground.
It'll be downloaded, uploaded. What do you do? on
It's
live?
time for Chris Titmar's
OMG.
OMG.
Oh, it's like speed dating this morning. I've got to do this in 90 seconds because we're way late, okay? So I've got to
90
get through
seconds,
it. I've got to
that's
rip through
gotta be a
it.
record
Cut
for
it
you.
short.
They reckon the menu's not too good at the Oscars.
Oh.
Jamie Lee Curtis left and went to the In-N-Out Burger drive-thru and got burger and chips.
How good,
In her
Jamie Lee.
gown.
Love that
In her
from
car.
Jamie.
You can imagine, that must happen in Hollywood a lot.
Well,
if you're
she's-
working at the local Macca's or something,
Yeah.
big name celebs must pull through all the time.
She's
That's
been
right.
around a while. She's probably sick of the after
She won
parties.
last year, so
I'm
she's had her
also-
moment, you
yeah.
know. She's done.
I'm also happy with the fact that there's a celebrity star, you know, a Hollywood starlet, who's going through the drive-thru
Yeah.
instead of having alfalfa sprouts and, you know,
I
beetroot and
agree.
coconut water or
Jamie
something.
Lee Curtis is married to Christopher Guest, who's in
Right.
Spinal Tap, which is one of my favourite movies of all time.
Anyway,
And, yeah.
so she wins votes.
Good
She's
on her
great.
for posting it too.
Yeah, she left the Oscars
Did
and
she
said
upload it or download it?
did both.
Okay.
She couldn't decide.
She
Now,
uploaded and re-downloaded it back onto her
Sharon
phone.
Stone's come out with a bit of a shocking
I
story.
wasn't afraid of experimenting. I like men like that. Men who give me pleasure.
Ooh,
That was her in
Sharon.
Basic
Oh,
Instinct.
what a voice.
Oh,
That was
my
her.
goodness.
I
That was
remember
weird.
in one of our game shows we do, Tuesdays or Thursdays, heaps good quiz. They said which girl did Ditz famously
Oh,
kiss with?
famously
And someone
kissed. It was
said
Princess
Sharon
Diana, and someone
Stone.
said Sharon Stone, and
Sharon
we went,
Stone.
"Oh my god!"
You'd still
Could have
be in
been.
heaven if
Yeah.
you did that.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm only got 90 seconds here. Stop interrupting. Hey,
Jeez.
she's come out with a story, and quite a shocking story. She's written a book, and she said that back in the day, a producer, a very famous producer, Robert Evans, who
Bob
did
Evans, yeah.
Godfather and
Yep.
other things,
Yep.
apparently she was making the movie Sliver, which ended up being a real good movie,
Yep.
but it was struggling. And they could tell during production it wasn't going that well. So Robert Evans said to her, "Look, I need you to sleep with Billy Baldwin. Just fire him up a bit, will you?"
Oh,
And she went, "What?" He said, "Yeah, just in the after hours. If you just get into bed with him and fire him up, because
Far
then we'll have
out.
better chemistry on the set."
Oh.
So she said, "I was being forced or
Yeah.
suggested to me, a bit of and then it'll help, and the movie will be better."
Hollywood.
And anyway, yeah, that's what she said.
Good
How
God.
would you
As I
go
said-
with the camera going?
No, it wasn't with the camera going. No, he said when you get home tonight after work's
Oh,
finished.
just on the side, just to
Get the
so
chemistry
that
up.
he so that he comes to work happy and
Yeah.
the chemistry's good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So if ever my performance drops
I was
here at
gonna
Triple
say,
M,
We'd have to bring in an outsider.
If you
Sorry.
could.
Yeah, we're going to have to get a fluffer in because I'm not taking part in
I
that.
feel like I haven't been working that well lately.
Oh, no.
Bit down.
Yeah, we're going to do some team building exercises.
Anyway. And finally, this is the story that I knew you'd love. Your favourite actor of all time, Leonardo.
Oh,
Leonardo
gosh.
DiCaprio.
She loves him.
Now, what's his rule with dating women?
They usually, no, pretty much, he's never dated anyone over the age of 25.
Okay. Well, his latest little fling, Tiana Taylor, over the hill, 33.
Oh.
He's broken his rule.
Loves
He's broken
it,
his
good
rule.
chance.
She's an old duck, 33.
She's an old chook.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Rue thinks that I'm in love with him because I hate him so much.
You talk about him all the time.
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
right.
I haven't
All right.
mentioned him. You brought him up today.
That was our
actually.
speed dating celebrity goss for today.
That's right, it's a
one,
loves. Triple M.
Triple M's hot take for a hot lap.
What a hot take.
Visit AdelaideMotorsportFestival.com.au for tickets.
All right, hot take. This has become a very popular segment.
It has.
Your controversial opinion on
Yeah.
something. Yeah, all right. Who wants to go first?
I'm ready.
All right, you go.
All right. Well, my hot take for today is that I think caravan parks and holiday parks are better than hotels.
Oh,
You know
gee.
what? Yes, I agree.
Wow.
Like for families, be able to kids move around. You got
Mm-hmm.
so many facilities for them. Instead of being cooped up in a hotel room where they send you crazy.
Why do I still get room service in a holiday park?
No, but there's a cafe
I
here,
ring down for a
instance.
bottle of Sauv
There's
Blanc at
takeaway
midnight?
shops. Yeah, quite often a lot of places are that, or you just
Can I get a massage at midnight?
You could get well, not at midnight. You can't.
Can
but
my
please.
bed turned over with a chocolate on the pillow?
See, this is the thing.
got all that there though, because you buy all that.
No,
You
I'm
got
just wondering,
chocolate, You got your booze. You got.
I told you I haven't camped
massage,
before. I
you've
just wanna
got
know.
Whiting's Burgers at the Streaky Bay Caravan
Oh, okay.
Park. You've got
All right.
facilities here. You've got everything, and quite often they're cheaper.
All right, you got me.
I think you two look for different things in a holiday. I think it's pretty apparent, you know.
I like to sleep under the stars, as they say, the 5 stars.
Oh, I thought you were going to say what, like a famous person.
Anyway, what's your hot take, Loz?
My hot take is that people who have a problem, there's a large group of people who have a problem with a word. They say, "Ooh, don't say that word. It makes me uncomfortable. Ooh, don't say it." I think they're either faking it to give them a bit of personality.
Like moist.
That's the word I'm talking about,
You're
Rupert.
kidding.
Get over it. It's not even that bad a word. There's worse words than that. There's more repulsive words. Moist is fine.
What's the other ones?
Phlegm is much worse than
phlegm.
moist. Phlegm's got like 9 silent letters, and it's talking about something disgusting. Moist is fine. You'll say, "Oh, this cake's nice and moist," and then someone in the group always has to go,
Sniggers.
"Ooh, don't say that word." Ooh, get over it.
Okay.
That's my hot take.
Childish people out there.
Yeah.
My hot take is, now, you know Taylor Swift has swept Australia and just taken the joint by storm. Record tour. Yesterday I was in a cafe and I couldn't help but eavesdrop because there was this group of young girls and they were playing their music out loud, right?
Right.
Katy Perry is better than Taylor Swift.
That's a big.
No, by far. Her best songs, and I went home and Googled it actually. I thought, what were they playing? Have you seen her halftime gig at the Super Bowl whenever she was on?
Yeah.
Her best songs.
The Shark.
Whoop all over Taylor Swift.
How many tickets
Interesting.
did she sell on her last tour to Australia?
She hasn't been here.
I think she has.
Has she?
Yeah.
Hang on, Alessia tells me she has.
Yeah.
Alessia's giving me the big no.
No, she's shaking her head.
Katy Perry wins.
You know, they had a big beef, Katie and Taylor.
Yeah.
There's a song written about her. Yeah, so I think you might have just joined in.
All right, hot takes, 1-333-53. Give us your hot take right now.
Controversial opinions, guys.
1-333-53. Here on Triple M, we're at the Marion Holiday Park. We've got the Rush Hour boys locked up in their Austrac camper, and right now we're doing hot takes. Hamish, who we got on the line?
We do have Leon from Glenelg North on the line.
Hello, Leon. What is your hot take?
Mine's that soccer is football and footy is AFL.
Yeah. Righto, Roo. How do you respond?
Soccer is football.
Football. It's called football the world
Not
over.
in Australia, mate. Okay. Head over to the UK.
Tell me, Leo, you sound like you know what you're talking about. Does any other country in the world refer to it as soccer, or is that just us?
America.
Do
I think just America, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So everyone calls it football, don't they?
Yeah.
All right, good hot take.
All right, I like it, Leon. Good.
We've
Unpopular.
got Shane from Birkenhead on the line.
G'day, Shane.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Yeah.
What's your hot take?
Right, just picking up on, whether holiday parks or hotels are. I'm going to give a plug out for the Wallaroo Holiday Park, which...
Tell us about it.
Oh, right. You've got the choice of... You can have fairly luxury cabins. There's all facilities there. There's a cafe there. They have pizza nights. And the massage chairs there are great.
The massage.
So tits will be happy.
See? Now, whereabouts is it?
Wallaroo.
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 Yeah. So over on York Peninsula.
Yeah, all right.
It's like the Sturt Street Primary School.
Yeah, I didn't quite hear what he said.
Sturt Street. All right, who's our next caller, Hamish?
We've got Sean from Monopara.
G'day, Sean. What's your hot take?
Good morning, crew. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Mate.
That's good. My hot take is that the rush hour is better than the brekkie crew.
You may well be right.
Yeah.
Now, you've been texting that every week for the last month, and I refuse to read that out. The one day I'm not there, you ring in and get through.
Yeah. And Sean Jarman, don't ever ring again.
Yeah, come on. The call's coming from inside the building.
They really did pick up the unpopular bit today, didn't they? Oh, that's good. We any more there, Hamish?
Yeah, last caller. We got Kelly from Paralawi on the line.
Hello, Kelly. What's your hot take?
Oh, I just want to agree with Loz about the word moist, and I've got a daughter that hates that word, and the more she cringes, the more I say it.
Yep. You just bring that word into every conversation, Kelly. You just go right ahead.
Absolutely, as much as I can.
Yeah,
All right.
love it. Yeah, loving that. I'm moist at the thought of that.
It'll be like, oh, please.
No.
You said you were talking about moist cakes.
I am. I'm sweating. That's what I mean. I'm sweating in excitement.
Very humid down here.
It is actually. It is very humid.
A little bit of rain around.
I was just looking at the humidity because I was noticing how moist the air was.
Right. Okay. All right. Now, who did you like, Roo? Who's going to get the prize?
Oh, we'll give it to the last one. He's been persistent. He's
Sean.
Yeah, Sean.
Sean from Paralawi.
Get on the bus.
Yep.
The safari.
He is heading along to the Adelaide Motorsport Festival on the Repco Circuit Safari for the hot take this morning. It's Rude, It's and Loz.
It's damp in here.
Triple M. It's Rude, It's and Loz broadcasting live from the Marion Holiday Park for Rush Hour. Locked up Austrack campers. Find your adventure at Austrack Campers Campton Park. Showroom now open.
Yeah, the boys came in yesterday afternoon. I was listening to the rush hour. They're allowed one item each. Now, you think about this for 24 hours. What would be the one item you'd need to bring in? Bernie chose a can of baked beans. That was his one item. Can you believe?
Couldn't bring any alcohol in.
He asked. He said he wanted a
phone
can.
Would have been nice, but you're not allowed to do that either.
No.
Beans are for the torture of others, aren't they?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other two weren't that happy. But anyway, speaking about camping down here, the Austrack Camper and Marion Holiday Parks. Roo, you've camped a lot in your lifetime. Have you, Loz?
Yeah, I've done quite a fair bit of camping, yeah.
Do you know, I've never been camping. I'm 60 years of age. I've never, ever been camping.
You tried a houseboat trip once, but you didn't go too well at that.
Houseboat, but not...
You put a bloody gum tree through the houseboat.
It added to the character of the boat. We had a tree. We had a tree in our lounge room. Yeah.
So you backed the houseboat up and a tree went through the window?
You drove straight into it.
Yeah.
It skewered you like a kebab.
It did, straight in. So it was a feature in our houseboat for a week.
Like a houseboat shazlik.
You had to duck under it if you wanted to go, through the lounge room.
How did you do that?
Well, I wasn't driving, to be honest.
Oh.
Who was?
So you didn't
Triple M Farmer might have been. And he's
Him?
never owned up to it, yeah.
Oh, right.
Anyway.
Things like that do happen, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it does happen. I've known to be a little bit two-speed, either zero or flat out. And I've had caravans over the time, and I think I've nearly broken everything on a caravan. I've knocked off... We got a brand new caravan a few years ago, knocked the antenna off at the first stop, knocked the annex off at the second stop, busted the door shutting that too hard, jump up on the bed a little bit too much, broke... I think I've nearly broken everything.
Jump on the bed?
Well, they're not made for,
Yeah.
jumping on, obviously.
Lively activity.
I see.
No, not that one. That could happen as well. But there's plenty of bad stories. Loz, have you got any?
Oh, mate. I mean, I love camping and I find it really fun, but I don't think I've ever really been I'm not successful at it, I always forget something important. I had one incident where, there was the toilet area might have, a dog might have sort of
Had a feed. Oh, no.
It wasn't mine, but the people I was with, they didn't go far enough into the bushes.
Oh, no.
And someone's dog rolled in there.
Oh, no.
I thought you meant ate it.
No, just rolled around like a lamington in it.
Oh,
and then came back to the campsite and we went, what the hell's that? And one of the blokes went, I think I know what that is.
We're at the Marion Holiday Park, the Austrac camper, the rush hour lock-up. The boys have been in there, quite a few hours now. They went in about 4 o'clock yesterday.
Yeah.
And they've got to get through to their show this afternoon.
I just want to point people towards our Instagram because the footage is insane. It's hilarious. It looks like a proper reality television show. It meets Orange is the New Black because they're wearing these orange jumpsuits.
It's like Shawshank Redemption.
It is. And I don't know which one of them's going to have to crawl through miles of poo to get out, but I cannot wait.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's take some calls on bad camping stories. 133353. Who we got there, Hamish?
Yeah, we got Brad from Plimpton on the line.
G'day, Brad. Tell us your story.
Morning, guys. It was about 25 years ago when I was just a kid. We were camping up in the middle of nowhere, and I love fishing, and of course we were, and I was just baiting up my line with the worms, and a kid ran past and tripped on the rod, and the hook went straight in my finger. Worm was still wiggling away. Big hero Dad came along and tried to rip it out. It was excruciating. Then we had to just chop off the fishing line. It was 4 hours to the nearest hospital, and I had the nickname Fish Fingers for the rest of my life.
Fish Fingers.
Bird's eye fish fingers. I like it.
Good
Roo,
start.
Now, Roo, what is the best way to get a fish hook out of a finger? Any idea?
Well, you can.
It happens a lot.
Depends on which way it goes in. If your barb goes in and it's under you, then you have to go into the hospital to get it out. But fishermen all the time are forever
Just
pulling
take
them
it
out,
through the other way, then.
cutting them off. There's no easy way out.
All right. So we're doing horror camping stories. Hey, Roo and Loz, just had a message sent in from a young lady called Sarah, and she said 1 year in the Flinders Ranges, she had a horror camping story.
I conceived young Tom, my youngest, in the swag did. Sarah walked past, I pulled her into the swag, I zipped her up. Boys
Let her out
reckon it
3
was like
days
a
ago.
Venus flytrap. You're not going anywhere.
The Venus flytrap. It makes itself very attractive. But any visiting insect had better watch out.
Sarah walked past.
This fly has to tread carefully.
Pulled her into the swag, I zipped her up.
The fly is doomed. And the leaf snaps shut in just a fraction of a second.
You're not going anywhere.
The tips lock together like prison bars. The plant has finished its meal and resets itself for its next victim.
What a horror story for
And
that.
now we've got Tom doing Joe's jokes. That's a beautiful story. 133353. Who have we got there, Hamish?
We got Graham from Fulham on the line.
All right, Graham, tell us your horror camping story.
Morning, how you going?
Good,
When we were young, we used to do a lot of camping. Mum, Dad, I and 2 sisters, and we used to head up towards Riverland all the time. But then one time we went past Cobb Dogger, and Dad decided to turn left down by the old picture theatre there just before Barmera.
Yep.
And we found this nice spot. No one else was around, and Dad was like, this is good. So we set up the tent, mate. Set up the tent. It took forever to set the tent up. And Mum said, hey, Mac, what's going on here? And then this bloke's gone past, no clothes on.
Yes.
My 2 sisters are staring, and Dad's gone, what the hell's going on here? And then we started talking to him, and it's embarrassing as all hell, and this bloke was built. Found out that it was the unclad, clad or semi-unclad, or wherever it was, area. Pelican Point.
Pelican Point.
Yeah, we found that out real
You got a
quick.
nudist
Then
beach
we
up
ran
there.
into that bloke. Then we ran into that bloke at the shops in Cobb Dogger, and he actually had clothes on.
Oh, my God.
Didn't recognise him.
That is a horror camping story. Who else we got, Hamish?
We've got Brenton from Hallett Cove.
All right, Brenton, tell us your horror camping story.
So we went on a big 10-day trip to Grampians,
Mm-hmm.
and one night my son obviously needed to go to the toilet. You know, he put his thongs out, put his head torch out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and wakes us up. Oh, I need to go to the toilet. I was like, oh, where's your thongs? Where's this? Where's that? I can't find it. You know, so like, okay, we'll find your thongs. Gets outside, unzips the tent, and then he sees a kangaroo shadow. All of a sudden, he comes running into the tent, crying, "Oh, Mum, in the tent!" And we're like, "Okay, we'll find your head torch." Obviously scared, so he couldn't find that. And I'm like, "Oh, well, sure, we go away now. We're just scared. He'll go away." And then it gets outside again, and then all of a sudden we hear this sound on the tent. And at the same time, my wife and myself were like, "Stop pissing on the tent!"
Oh, no.
Oh, no, he didn't, did he, the young fella?
He pissed on the tent.
Oh, no.
Okay, right.
Okay. Who's next?
We've got
Better than
Shane
getting attacked by a kangaroo.
from Paralawi on the line.
All right, tell us your horror camping story.
Once we were heading to Corny Point and had the trailer with the cage on the back. Had it all fully loaded up with a mattress on the top, and I turned off onto Corny Point Road, and I looked in the rear vision mirror. I thought, "Where's the cage gone?" And I just look in the side mirror, and I see it hitting the road, bouncing, rolling into a farmer's paddock. There's stuff everywhere.
No.
And good old King Dillon, King Dillon stopped to help us pick up all that shit off the side of the road.
Oh, Kimbo.
Dillon.
He's everywhere.
Popped out from behind a bush.
I thought you were going to say the mattress blew off, not the whole cage fell off the trailer.
Oh, cage.
God, that is bad.
All right, now, who do we like?
I think you can't go past the cage.
Cage?
Yeah, the cage fighter.
All right, you got a Rex Airlines flight, $200 voucher. You can go anywhere, Brisbane, Melbourne,
Take
Port
Kim
Lincoln.
Dillon on a trip.
Yeah, do it.
On the rush hour, we know they can sink the boots in.
Not old big white teeth.
What are we doing?
Keep going. You don't like me, do you?
No, well, a lot of people don't.
Hello to you, fungus teeth. How are you, white teeth?
But can they say anything nice? It's time for compliments for a coffee.
All right, let's cross to Roo in the diary room.
Hello, Rush Hour. This is Big Roo. We have one coffee for 3 people. That doesn't work out too well for 2 of you. Bernie, you are up first. You have 30 seconds to compliment Andrew Newton-Jarman and White Teeth Blewett. Go.
Charles, I really love your cuddly, friendly nature. You got a beautiful head. Like, I like the shape of your
Please
head.
don't lie.
Really like your yes.
Eyes.
Halfway, Bernie.
I have to move on to Greg. Greg, I really love how you wake up in the morning. I like your hair's really nice.
Thank you.
Your snoring last night was
but-
sensational.
But hang on, he asked you to talk about me.
Well, I had to move on.
Time's up, Bernie. Looks like you won't be having a coffee. White Teeth.
Back to sincerity.
I know.
Bit of laughing.
Blewett, you have 30 seconds to compliment the sugar daddy and Bernie. Go.
I don't care what anyone says. Andrew Newton-Jarman does not have fluid retention issues. He's very literate and the best at live reads I've ever heard. Bernie is just the most humble guy I've ever known. It's not all about Bernie. He's a real team player, and I love him. I really do. He's just a beautiful, beautiful human being.
Time's up. Do you have sugar, Bluey? You are now the hot favourite. Andrew Newton-Jarman, a.k.a. Lightning Rod, your time starts now.
Bern, you're just becoming me, and I'm very proud of that you're morphing into me as a young Jars. I've seen you grow and develop into a beautiful soul.
He's been genuine.
The people of Adelaide, the people of Adelaide have embraced you. You've left my boob and moved on to bigger and better things.
Keep it clean.
And I'm seeing you just grow with your beautiful pearly white teeth and your lovely looks and your swagger. You swagger like Frank Sinatra from time to time. But you're growing, Bern, and I'm bloody proud of you. Yeah. And you, Gregory Stephen Blewett.
Time.
Scott.
Time.
Oh, no. Go, let it go, Ruth.
No, not interested. The time is up. Okay.
All right.
I will adjourn to the breakfast show and report back very quickly.
Right, we need a winner.
I think we've got one.
Let's turn those chumps down for a second.
Yeah. Look, the first bloke just laughed and giggled. There was zero sincerity.
And
Did
not very
care.
coherent,
Doesn't
too.
care for his teammates at all.
No.
I think there's a standout.
And I think, I'll never get the image of Jars breastfeeding Bernie out of my head.
That was out of Meet the Fockers.
And can I just say, Greg Blewett actually made me cry.
I know.
His sincerity.
I know.
It was unbelievable.
So we're awarding a coffee to
Greg Blewett.
Greg Blewett.
White Teeth Blewett.
Teeth won't be white for much longer, mate.
How do you have it, Greg?
I'll have a double shot latte, no sugar, please.
Okay.
Thanks, Big Room.
One instant Nescafe.